Hello, I am Mary from Living on the Hedge, and I am standing here in the beautiful garden spa owned by Charity. Thank you, Charity, for letting me use this beautiful space to talk about the ancient origins of Earth Day. We have Earth Day, and it is Earth Week. And honestly, it can be Earth Day any day, but this gives me a good excuse to talk about what has been done in the past and what we can do in the future. Because we only get one Earth. Even if we do terraforming on Mars, like, why don't we just use the Earth that we have wisely and instead of, um, you know, thinking of it as just a resource, live in harmony, right? So, the ancient origins of Earth Day. Um, it has its origins in a Roman festival. According to my research, the festival, the pronunciation is Carilia. Now, I don't speak. Sometimes I can't even speak English, so that is my pronunciation based on my research. So if it's wrong, tell me, let me know, okay? And it is in honor of a deity. Not sure, I could not find a pronunciation that I felt was correct. So I'm gonna go with Hales. I don't know. If you know, let me know. So this deity originally started out as a mother goddess. Over time, things changed. She became a he. So this is a transgender deity, and honestly, just evolved over time. So when people stopped being so much gatherers, hunters, and they had their flocks that needed to be tended and guarded. So eventually, over time, she became a he, as kept the same name, and became a guardian pastoral god, watching over the flocks and herds and the livestock. So there are some suggestions that there is a connection to Pan, which makes sense, being like, generally speaking, your flocks could very well be goats. And there is maybe a connection to the Egyptian Set. And some even say there's a connection to the ancient goddess Vesta or Hestia. So those we're really not sure about, but due to the name, it is possible that this could be an earlier version of Pallas Athena because the names are so similar. But regardless, this festival fell on April 21st. Today, obviously, we celebrate Earth Day on the 22nd, so the date changed a little bit. Previously, you would celebrate the day by decorating with greenery. You would offer milk and cakes to the deity. If you wanted blessings and protection of your flock, what you do is build a fire and pull your livestock through the sacred smoke. So that way they would be blessed for the year and protected. Today, with Earth Day, our focus is more on our responsibility to the environment. If you don't already have a practice of recycling, this is a great time to start. And every little bit that you can do to help the environment is going, like, if everybody did a little, that would be a lot. Think about all the trash that's floating around in our ocean. Every year, the average human is eating the equivalent of a credit card worth of plastic, because we keep putting trash in the ocean, and those animals, eat that because it breaks down over time, and they don't mean to, but it's there, so they digest it, and we eat those animals, and there you go. So if you don't want to be eating your credit cards, then let's do what we can to help clean up the area. So maybe if you're in an area, you can gather your friends, whether it's the ocean or a field, and just do a cleanup one day. You know, you can. This would be a great time for you to, if you don't have a lot of time, maybe make a charitable donation. Maybe do it once a year. You know, this would be a great reminder every year for you. If you're not able to physically do something, you could maybe make that donation. Or if you're more spiritually inclined, you could gather your friends and do a healing ritual for Mother Earth. So, oh, sorry, it's time for, I apologize. There we go. It's that is my alarm system. I didn't want that. So here's another practice that you can do. I would suggest, besides all those other things that you can do for the environment, is to make a connection. Wherever you reside, chances are you have at least a smidgen of trees or maybe a park. So if you live in a big city, chances are you have a park of some kind. Maybe you have a teeny tiny little backyard, something. If you are in a more rural area, the chances are you've got a lot more options where you can go out in nature. But if you can find a spot that's close to your home and make a connection to the plants and the trees in your area, even if you start small, like if you're able to even have a bird feeder, that is something great that you can do to give back to Mother Nature. But if you make a connection simply by finding a spot where you'll be, it's quiet, you won't be disturbed, and sitting there quietly, take some deep breaths, and when you feel comfortable, you could expand your awareness beyond you. You could basically take your auric field and expand it out to the trees, to the plants, maybe to the birds, where whatever wildlife might be close by, even if it's a butterfly, and deep into the Mother Earth, and just take a moment. It doesn't have to be very long, but if you do this fairly regularly, you are going to, by taking your energy out into the earth, into the trees, letting that area know that you are their ally. And even if it's only for about 5 minutes, then pull your energy back in. You can go about your day, and if you do that, I'm not saying you have to do that every day, but maybe once a month. Maybe that would be a nice psychological trigger for you, like, oh, it's a full moon, or new moon, whatever it may be. Just go sit, meditate, expand your energy, let the space, the protective guardians, the fae, let them know that you are their ally. And when you're done, just pull that energy back in, and making that connection to your local area, the spirits of the land, the spirits of the trees, letting them know that you are their friend, and having that connection is going to deepen your spirituality, and maybe even magical things can come from that. So happy Earth Day, happy Earth Week. I would love to hear from you what you do to help with Mother Earth and recycling and protecting her and her creatures. So comment down below what your practices are, and that can inspire somebody else. So until next time,